not burn us up in the process of aerobraking, because we only have 1,000 ablative shield. So this aerobraking maneuver may have just destroyed us. And you know what? I don't know if there's anything I could have done about it anyways. So we're just going to swing around the planet here. Nice to have the ghosts of the... Slow down, slow down, slow down. We're coming in. We need to find retrograde. And this is the part where we see what happens and how well or poorly I have chosen my maneuvering technique here. So we're going to have to keep the bottom part of this ship on as long as possible because it contains all of our RCS and stuff. And we'll see what happens. And that RCS is going to be used to maneuver this thing into a proper angle of re-entry. Man, sometimes reorienting this thing is hard. Okay, so this is either going to be epic or disastrous, but either way, I've learned a lot today. My gut feeling is that there's just not quite enough fuel on here, or I have to have a perfect launch into orbit. I think I'll have to implement the suggestion about putting those spinning heavy rock things to help stabilize the ship on its launch. That may help keep those stupid boosters from tipping over like they have been. I wonder, also I'm wondering if the this is just unbalanced sideways. Okay. Alright, well, we're into definite aerobraking territory in a few seconds here. We're coming in just about as shallow as is humanly possible. So this number should start dropping very quickly shortly. Unfortunate thing it really comes down to is, will I be going too fast for this? And that I can't answer that. Will I be going too fast, and will this be too low? Both things I can't say for sure. Both things that I will try to do my best to manage in the next little while. But the hope is that my aerobraking angle will help this number go down a lot. I may have actually come in too aggressively. With the amount of power I have left, I might have actually had enough batteries to aerobrake properly, which would be unfortunate, but there is not much I can do about this. And then the speed at which I will be coming in here is just, unfortunately, the way it's going to have to be, because I am way past the point where I can fix it. SAS off. We're just going to manually adjust this and hope for the best. We're getting buffeted by upper atmosphere winds right now. Ablative shield has not started burning off yet. Just lock that on that art. Alright, that is coming down fast, but not fast as I would like. But we are slowing down. This is really important. We are slowing down, but we are about to hit the thicker part of the atmosphere here, and that is going to be really unfortunate. Unless I can slow us down even more. Oh, well, that's part of the... Alright, I may have to get rid of this. Alright, get rid of those. Oh, and power went out. So the only thing we really... Okay, so I can't deploy the parachute, which means we are screwed on that front. But, because I should have... I forgot to turn those batteries on. Damn it. Oh, guys, I think I may have just screwed up on the last lap here. Because this thing's going to survive the re-entry. This thing's going to survive re-entry. I could have done this. Well, That's interesting. This actually would have succeeded, it looks like. If I hadn't forgotten to turn these two spare batteries on. These two batteries on the side were off explicitly. I can set action groups for batteries. I completely forgot because of the design. Of course, it's been about a week since I recorded the last episode. Well, let's see if this is even going to survive, because that's a lot of ablative shielding that's burning off there as we, come down out of the atmosphere. Because we came in really hot. Like, insanely hot here. So the survival of this ablative shielding really will tell me if this is worth repeating. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 0. I think it came out intact, just barely, and it might have succeeded. Actually, wouldn't it be funny if it did succeed in spite of that? If this shield was big enough to actually slow it down? I doubt it, but let's find out. This thing is just dead weight falling straight towards the ground with no support of any kind. It's not slowing down enough. Still going at 100 meters per second, which is way too fast. But I'm going to reload that quick save. Because we already have a ship in a decent orbit. The reason I'm reloading the quick save is because I also have the burn designed. And if we can do this with the ship I've already got in orbit. So what I might do is cut here and not bore you guys with another swing around the moon and everything. I'll cut you in for my second aerobraking attempt. Now that I know a few useful things, I can go down to about 45 and I'll probably get way better results. I mean, granted, I might just cut here and actually bring you in the next episode. No, you know what? No, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to bring you guys back in when I'm on my way back from the moon. We're doing my return burn. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back. So we have repeated our orbit almost exactly, swung around the moon really close, and we're coming out to our maneuver node. We're going to attempt pulling the periapsis down to 44 meters, which should pull this, should be enough to burn us in the upper atmosphere, but not hit the part of the atmosphere where the fire and death occurs. It says here in fine print. RCS on. Swing over towards that ghost. So I really like this enhanced nav ball. It's just a subtle improvement. I am not decided on this alternate resource panel yet. I'll have to examine that a little closer in the future because there's details here that I really need to know. Now this time, I'm not going to forget one really stupid thing, because that stupid thing would have survived the return. That's the part that's really killing me about having to do this again. It would have survived if and only if I had remembered to turn on those two batteries, which are being held in reserve for the exact purpose which you just saw, namely that reentry process. So 1 hour, under 1 hour, 40, 30. Now we're preparing for this burn. 36 minutes, so it's 26 seconds, which means we need to burn about 15 seconds before mark. Okay, which means we need to not be too imprecise about this. 2 minutes. Mark. 1 minute. Mark. Slowing down time. 40 seconds, 30 seconds. 6, 25, 4, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Throttling up. Burning it down. We want to kill it when we're getting close to the mark here, because we don't want to go under. Really don't want to go under, because that could be bad. Nice thing about this is definitely a point that doesn't kill the engines. I'm going to come in on this last little bit slowly here. Doesn't matter that that's moving this time. The important thing is we're staying retrograde. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. Good enough. Good enough. RCS off. SAS off. Maneuver canceled. Maneuver planned. This is the last one. That's that retrograde burn that we need. This is our final deorbiting burn as best as we can provide with the materials we have. Cool. All right. We could and then we'll gently RCS ourselves over to that point there. And again, we're not going to have enough fuel for this burn, but the important thing is this time we're coming in at a lower angle, so we should get a lot more punch from our atmospheric burn here. And with the amount of battery power I have left, we should be all right, as long as I don't, you know, fail on a certain front here. Okay, and lock. Good enough. RCS off. Okay. Now, 8 hours. There's Kerbin. Let's watch ourselves precipitously fly towards Kerbin at high speed. 1,000 times real time as the clock ticks down. 7. 6. I love counting down. 5. 4 hours. 3 hours. 2 hours. 1 hour. Slow down. All right, going in at 100x. My markers drifted a little, but that's all right. We can adjust in the last 10 minutes before mark. All right, here we go. RCS on for a gentle little nudge. So we need to start our burn at about T plus 30 seconds. All right, here we go. 10 times speed, 12 minutes, 11 minutes. Here we go. We'll cut the time warp in just a second here. Here we go. 5 times speed, 10 times speed. Here we are, less than a minute to go. 30 seconds to go. Final adjustments to our positioning. And full power to the engines. Get as much out of this as we can. It's coming down nicely. Coming down very nicely. This is not the time to be using those. Kill the engines. How'd we do? Not as well as last time, but we're coming a lot lower into the atmosphere this time, so we should see a lot more punch from our atmospheric burn. We'll just keep this thing facing retrograde, and we'll prepare to turn these batteries back on if it looks like we're coming into an actual re-entry event. I think we're going to skip the atmosphere and come back out again, just like last time. So my periapsis is supposed to be about 42, which means we should be just prior to the part where things start going horribly, horribly wrong on us. Let's hope. And keep this nice and retrograde right there, no matter what happens. All right, so our periapsis is dropping as well, which could be very unfortunate. If it drops below that threshold, we have a problem, possibly. But we are slowing down, which means it could just mean that this is our re-entry event, even though we don't really want it to be. Because, yeah, ideally we aero brake a whole bunch of this off here, and yeah, looking good. Looking good. Just don't start heating. Don't start burning. Don't drop below that threshold. Looks like we're okay. We're peeling off a nice bit of apoapsis here, but we haven't dropped our periapsis to the precipitous point where we are going to be. The only downside is I don't know if we have as much fuel this time around, or as much batteries. I wonder if there's any way to tell how much battery we actually have left. Fair chunk. 2 batteries still at full, which is the really important thing. Whoa. All right, so we're coming out of the atmosphere. Apoapsis is still dropping nicely. And when we hit the apoapsis, we're going to burn off just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of periapsis, so that our next pass is definitely our re-entry pass. Electricity. It's going to be hard to say if we're going to make it or not. It really is. Okay, well, let's get rid of this one, and let's put on this one. One last time unto the breach. We need to pull off just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of periapsis here. 36. 28, that should do, because the rest of it will be done by, and the best part is I don't really need to do it on the return pass. I don't have to rotate around because I can use the other half of my ship to do that. How did we do anyways? Oh, we came down quite a bit more. We're still actually just barely out of the atmosphere now. There we are. We won't have to burn much at all. All right. So that'll be the letter, okay, well, H. It's H and N, I think, for the RCS fuel, or for the RCS thrusters. 23 minutes till this burn. I'm going to have to turn on these other batteries here in just a minute. I think... Let's see, electric charge, alternate electric charge. That's monopropellant. There we are. Batteries, 96. So, yeah, I think what happened last time is they actually burned off. And when I ejected the lower stages, that was the end of that. Still going to be touch and go. Oh, we're coming around. Yeah, so there will be enough batteries to get us back to the planet. 9 minutes till burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will do. Slow it down to normal. There we are. And that's equivalent to doing what I wanted to do. How do we do? Let's get rid of the maneuver node because it's just making things hard to see. Beautiful. It's coming down. 30... 29. There. That'll do. We're on our own now. It will be what it will be. RCS off, SAS off. Monopropellant off. We'll keep watching those batteries. And when we hit about 100,000 here, because one way or another, this is our re-entry. Wow, that planet sure came up suddenly, didn't it? And this is the part where we hopefully are going to be coming around to retrograde. So let's turn these batteries on. All right, alternate, turn that off. Stop looking at that. There we are. Batteries on. Battery activate. There's apparently a way to make action groups on these now, so... Ah, hey, look at this. So this is the thing I was mentioning a couple episodes ago, where it tells you the situation you're in. So now I'm in low space, so it'll tell you what biome you're over if it's a gravioli scanner as well, which is going to be really useful. I suppose I could start burning retrograde-ish with my RCS here a bit. Lock it on. Burn off a bit more of that RCS fuel. Because it's not doing me any good right now. I don't think it's doing me any good on this front either. Well, a little, I guess. I don't know if it's my... The important thing is I'm burning off a little bit of that. Because I don't think I've hit the atmosphere, the point where the atmosphere is doing anything. So that's all the RCS burning things off there. Right now, as we prepare to deorbit this thing, this is the last try on this design. If this design fails, we are going to redesign in the next episode or something with new technology, because new technology always makes things go better. Oh, it's coming. We're going to leave about 30 or 40 of it left here for re-entry final adjustments to my angles and stuff. But we will see what we will see here. This is coming along quite nicely. The tension is high. The risks, the rewards, immense. As we prepare for this thing to hit the atmosphere. Now this time I think I'm going to try and get rid of this big blob of ship a little sooner and not have it cause me too much grief. But I want as much aero braking as possible from the... Whoa, 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 whoa. SAS on. Lock it, lock it, lock it. We need to stay nice, clean retrograde. Keep on braking. Okay, we're officially aero braking now. As soon as I hear any... As soon as we hit about here, I'm going to eject the lower stagings and get rid of them. And we're going to hope for the best and hope that aero whatever will do the final task for me here. But let's see how we're doing. Still a lot of high orbit going on there. So this is it. This is it. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're doing our final periapsis burn here. Go away. There we are. That's it. That's it. Oh, and crap. Well, let's hope that doesn't frack me up completely. Stable. Stable. Oh, God, that was freaky. That was terrifying. I think we made it. So it's all up to this shield now. Oh, the bloody bounce. Come on, don't frack up on me. Don't frack up on me. Come on. Oh. My heart's in my stomach right now. This is the closest I've come to a return yet. Okay, it's stabilizing. It's starting to stabilize. I might as well turn those off. They're not going to do me a damn bit of good. I'm at the mercy of physics now. Lots of shield left. Oh God. I am so terrified. Come on, ablative shield. Come on, physics. Don't fail me now. Oh my God. I think we're going to make it. That was a terrifying moment there for a minute. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. 5,000 meter deployment of parachute like usual. Oh, my arm. Okay, we've made it past the death zone, I think. Those still look like they're okay. And we are coming down one way or another now. Oh my God. Did we just bring a payload back from the moon? Successfully? My desk's made of wood, thank God. Thank goodness. My desk is made of wood. Alright, preparing to deploy the drag chute. Under 200 meters per second, which is where I feel comfortable deploying this thing. Here we go. Okay. Please don't rip apart. Please don't rip apart. Speaking as somebody who has seen that happen way too many times, please don't rip apart. 2,000 meters. 1,500. 1,200. 1,100. 1,000. 900. 800. 700. I'm not touching this. It is going to dally its way to the ground at the speed that it goes. I think here comes our shadow. Oh my goodness, that was a intense. Well, kudos, Flowerchild. Deadly Reentry was a good choice as of mods to support. Every time I've re-entered into the atmosphere, I have been just heart in the stomach. Especially this one, though, after all these failed attempts. Here we go. Oh. The Eagle has landed. And has landed with 100 science. 100 and oh yes, of course, a vessel that's returned from a flyby of the moon. So 112 science. Guys, that was phenomenally successful. Thank you so much for watching. I am really happy to report that 3,400 science is enough to buy at least one node. 180, 280, 360. It's not quite enough for 2 nodes on the tree. How sad is that? So I'm gonna have to pick really carefully what science what I choose here, which I'm going to ponder and do a bit of research, because it depends if whether or not there's an EVA report in orbit around Kerbal. If there is, I'm grabbing this. If there isn't, I'm going to ponder a different technology. But that is a decision for the next episode. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.